Welcome back to Campaign 3 of the Holy Rollers. We are so excited you're here tonight. The long-anticipated resolution of at least one cliffhanger tonight. So why don't we pray, and then we will recap and assign recap inspo and kick off. We've rolled for prayer, as is our custom, and Joffrey and I tied at 15, and he so graciously allowed me to pray for us tonight. So let's go before the Lord, and we will get kicked off here. Heavenly Father, thank you so much for your goodness, for your grace, for your mercy. When we were yet your enemy, Lord, you died for us, and you wait patiently for us to realize that you are in pursuit of our hearts. Thank you for drawing each of us into your salvation, Lord, and thank you for giving us relationship with you, for dying, going on the cross, and rising from the grave to give us relationship with you. We lift up our fellow members tonight who are having a life-changing event. We ask that your hand be upon them, your peace would suffuse the room, that every individual that comes in contact with them would be anointed with your wisdom and with your skill, O great physician. We ask, Father, we lift up to you one of the members of our Facebook group, Dustin, whose children are far from you. You are writing their story, Lord, and although we may not know when you will call them, we know that everyone has opportunity. We ask, Lord, that you would draw their hearts to you, that you would show them your love, and show yourself to be the irresistible God that we know you to be. Please be with each of us in our myriad situations where we are reliant upon you, the new things we're starting this week, some of the things that we're letting go of. We ask that you would bless our week, would bless the work of our hands, would bless this session and these roles, that you would bring people to yourself by the love that we have for one another. In your name we pray, amen.
Amen.
Okay, so who would like to go for recap? Yeah, let's give Jesse a chance again.
Alrighty, so I gotta remember where we picked off. So, but last time we got the deep lore drop on our friend Red there, all about his death, and that was traumatic for everybody involved. It was very, very interesting and telling. They got that lore drop when we got a woman, which was the name was hold on,
Starts
Lyra.
with an
Uh,
starts with an L.
we were able, yep, starts with Lyra. We figured out that she's not bestial. She's had a feeble mind curse on us. We got that out of the way. Thankfully, without killing her or her killing us. And so then the lore drop on Red about his super traumatic religious persecution and torture and death, but his selfless sacrifice. He kind of had a chat with his god, and he got kind of testy and made it out without being smited, which was nuts. The rest of us kind of chilled, explored her area, and kind of just looked around. Riker got some information. I think the rogue got a little bit of. I don't think he found anything. Everything was pretty picked over. Then we split ways. Red stayed in his with Lyra, and three of us, Roran, Liddell, and Riker, headed off into town. Genji Kenji went to go with find the local thieves guild in the area, and they did, and they got cliffhanger with them. They're currently literally hanging from a balcony or whatnot. And then the three of us, we got approached by a dude with an official scroll telling us we had to go to the what was the official title? The
Seal bearer.
seal bearer.
Seal bearer.
Yeah, the seal bearer. We had to go like now. and all three of us are freaking out a little bit. That's where we're
Some
at right now.
some of us more than others, eh, Riker? Uh, just a little. Awesome, wonderful job. Take your inspiration. I forget, did I remember to attribute inspiration to best role player last week?
You did not.
Yes, we gave that
Did
to
Did you?
Red.
Red? I think
Yeah,
yeah, you gave it to
by
Brandon for
default. Yeah,
Right. I do remember now.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yes. Thank you
If I'm
guys for
wrong, I'm
reminding
wrong.
me because I forgot.
No, you
I
gave it to
couldn't
Red.
remember.
I remember. I
Oh,
remember
kitty,
because I
kitty.
didn't get it.
I love that she wants to taste whatever it is you're drinking. She's like, "Oh, thank you, Daddy.
Yeah.
Thanks, I was thirsty, Dad."
Well, she's underage.
Oh my
She's under-
gosh. All right. So we let me set the scene. So we're still on the same day that Lyra was unfeeble-minded, the same day that you actually arrived in Beldrin, only a few hours after you arrived in Beldrin. We're gonna have to do a little bit of time hopping to get everything untangled, but then we'll go linear again. So let's see. Let me dial at the top of my
What time of
thing.
the day is it that we're
It,
I
it
think she
is.
walking in?
said it was like 1 in the afternoon, maybe
It's
3 in the
about
afternoon.
So it's about 1 in the afternoon when you depart Lyra's house to your various destinations. Um, it's about 3 in the afternoon when you guys get flagged down by 2 guards and told to go to the sealbearer's office. But we will get to that in a minute. Riker, do you want to explain what your perusing of the bookcases in Lyra's library, in shambles though it is, yielded?
Sure. Yeah, I didn't get as much as I was hoping for because I'm stupid DC, but whatever.
You mean the DC I
Giving you
have to
crap.
adjust because you all roll in the 20s and 30s for everything? I'm so sorry.
You know what? It was an 18 on the die, and I have a +9. I don't know how much better it can get.
And you had 2
Anyway,
inspos you could have used to roll that die again. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying I'm not doing it for a 10% chance. Getting better. All right,
Yeah.
so
They're with you.
yeah, yeah, I'm gonna use that for. I'm gonna save those up for a critical like save or whatever. There was a children's book with Aradir.
Oh dear.
Did I not say it right?
It's or as
Uh,
in Oradir. Or
Aradir.
yeah, sorry. I
Aradir.
don't
As
mean
in
to I don't
aura.
mean to be pedantic. I really don't. Go on.
Yes, she does.
It's your world, you're God. So,
Please
I
don't
mean,
call me that.
oh, sorry.
No.
You're what did we? What was the reel that we said this week? Your
Dungeon
Dungeon
Daddy.
Daddy.
I'm
Yeah.
Daddy. I only answer to Daddy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. All right.
Uh,
And Riker remembered that Aradir was the name of the Behemoth. Is that
Bahamut. Oh my
Mummy?
God.
There you go.
Whatever's in
That
that, you need
was
to dump out. Whatever's in that cup, just dump it
that
out.
was just me.
No more.
That's just my brain. That's not even the drink. Was Bahamut uh, was the acolyte that Liddell is tasked with finding. But
So
then I also found a book.
Bahamut tasked Lydell with finding an acolyte named Oradir and helping him in whatever way he sees fit. Continue.
Found a book chronicling the adventures of a group that was similar to ours.
Mm-hmm.
One name that I was able to make out was Brachython.
Yep.
Brachytheon.
Yes.
Brachytheon. Okay.
Yep.
A silver dragonborn paladin. Um, and I can tell that because of the horn pattern and paladin and the dual glowing swords.
He is clearly an unusual paladin in that regard. Most paladins that you have seen over the course of your lifetime um, are usually the typical sword and board paladins. They've got a sword and a shield. But Bractheon is carrying dual swords. He chose a different path.
So that's what I got from my bookshelf.
Awesome. Oh no, who'd we lose? Jesse, come back. Jesse, come back.
It's like,
You can
and that's all you
blame
got.
it on.
Doop.
Yep. Doop.
Yeah,
It's
he's
like,
done.
and I've done my job tonight. Good
He
night,
gone.
everyone. Yep, he gone. Oh, there he is. There he is.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Poor Jesse.
Sorry.
Okay, thank you very much, Jesse, for sharing that.
You did
This
get
would
it
be the
all.
point. This would be the part where we did some Genji Kenji stuff, but they aren't here.
Well,
So-
they'll just be on a cliffhanger until next time. It's like one of those TV episodes where cliffhanger
Right.
and then they go to a random
Cliffhangers hanging from the
for like
cliff.
4
Yes.
episodes, and then you go back in
Yes.
time to them.
So let's go.
The show Heartland is like that, just so you know.
So, great job. Red, you are just kind of in the shadows right now, watching Lyra sleep in a non-creepy way.
Thank you for specifying that.
Here to help. Well, I mean,
I'm
do
I'm
kind of
standing
look-
over her as she sleeps. She's all you hear is just.
heavy breathing. Yeah.
Oh God!
I swear, if you do something stupid in your dream and I have to come by for a 5th time, so help me.
Right.
Yeah. He's just just clutching his holy symbol, just waiting for something stupid to happen. Why don't we go through what did you three want to go to the market to accomplish before you got waylaid by guards? Let's talk about what you got done.
Well, we have no. Any supplies we have are old.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to replenish supplies.
You have been hunting and foraging thus far.
Yes.
With reasonable results.
And so, and of course, looking at the different shops to see what's available, looking through the town to see what we're dealing with, as far as the town folk, stuff like
yes.
that.
So let me pull up the map of Beldrin really quick in Roll20 for all y'all to eyeball.
Whoop, whoop.
If it is a named store, I've given it a little more depth. If it is just the center market, I've not really fleshed out the individual vendors there because it's mostly mundane items there. If you want specialized items, you go to a named specialized shop. Bear in mind too, some things are available in towns that are not available in villages or hamlets, but a town is still never going to have the selection that a city will. So just to moderate expectations there. But there is the town. You are now free to move about Beldrin.
I know Rord was going to make a point to go back to Jethro. Because Jethro did make once we get comfortable, find him in the market.
Yeah.
Plus, he feels like he might need to compensate someone. And Jethro does sell clothing.
Okay.
And there's now someone who probably is in need of a new outfit because they've probably been wearing said outfit for the last, 15 years?
Mm-hmm. That's a good point. Okay, so you're out there finding Jethro. Let's cover that first, and then we'll go through Lydell and Riker's individual deeds. So you navigate the marketplace, and it's right at the point of shift change for these miners. They have different shifts than we do, so just bear with me. So it's a little bit on the busy side. People are buying the day's supplies for their lunch pails. They are trading what they have excess of for what they need for a dinner meal. There is a lot of generic hustle and bustle among these market tents and carts. You find Jethro pretty easily because his his wagon and specifically Begonia has quite the berth around it. It's very clear that the people know this horse to be a biter and are giving her her space. Jethro doesn't seem to struggle for lack of customers, however. He has a line of about 2 people ahead of you when you finally locate him.
Roran will get into line. The customers will wonder why the sun is no longer visible.
Yes, yes. The guy in front of you, who is, middle-aged and not much taller than like your chest, kind of glances over his shoulder and then double takes over his shoulder and you can see him kind of tense and hunch forward a little bit, and he's like, "Oh God, this guy's huge behind me. I don't like this." Um, and after a
He's
after a
standing a
moment,
respectable distance. He's not like
oh sure,
right next to the old man.
sure, but your presence, your
No.
aura, is just there. It can't be helped. So after a
Hold on.
minute,
Can I ask, like, since you have such low charisma, like, do you have personal space issues? Like, is
Oh,
that something you struggle?
Oh yeah.
that's a good point.
That is a
Are you
very good
social-
point.
Are you socially aware?
What would you have me roll for that?
Roll
Would
me
that be
a.
wisdom or would that be intelligence?
Let me take a look.
Charisma.
I'm
Charisma's
thinking
all that thing.
wisdom.
No, it's charisma. I think that would be.
Well, my argument would be him knowing, but I guess with the charisma would make it. I'd say make it wisdom, but at disadvantage because his charisma is so low. Because if it's street smart, question
Right. Okay, I'll allow wisdom.
at disadvantage.
Correct.
I don't know. I'm thinking about like my students that struggle with the charisma part. Like they can be super intelligent, super like they can figure things out, but they have
Sure.
zero social like.
Right.
Yeah,
So
they're,
no,
like,
no grace, no graces.
Yeah. So
Similar to Drakthor.
he's
Yeah,
a
in some
10.
ways.
He's a 10.
Okay. So you don't say anything. You're not intending to like impose yourself in this situation, but after about 30 seconds the guy in front of you pretends to see something 2 booths over and leaves the line because he is uncomfortable with you being behind him. So
Roy will
there's
then
only
just move. Take the guy's
1.5 inches behind
doesn't
him.
even register to you what's happened, and the guy in front of you finishes up with Jethro and leaves, and you now have Jethro's attention. He looks up at you and squints because you're kind of blocking the sun, and he's like, "Oh, it's you. I did tell you. I did tell you to come visit me, didn't I? Well, it looks like my clothes are
Yes.
holding up. What can I do for you?"
Hands down. I would like to peruse any of your dresses.
He gives you a side-eye look.
And Riker's behind him, like, yeah.
So is Lytle.
He's
Jethro
like behind him.
The other friend companion has a lady friend. She is
Jethro
indeed.
takes that. Jethro was gonna take that at face value and be like, "I don't have one in your size," but when you explain, he feels a little better about the whole scenario. He's like, "Oh, think, yeah, right this rack here." And he
I
directs
think
you
Riker
to.
and Liddell are like laughing their heads off.
Yeah, they're just like snickering
Yeah,
quietly.
yeah.
You've placed bets. You're not even there. You're like by another stall, just kind of watching this and just have a bet on how this is going to go.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. There's some quiet betting in the background. So you see a rack of about 5 dresses. They're all fairly like interesting, bright colors. You wonder what an occult scholar would wear, though. I will allow you to roll like a insight check on Lyra. Whatever.
17.
Okay, so you hazard that black is a flattering color on just about everybody. And there is one black dress that, although slightly small, Lyra has not been eating well for the past decade and a half. You hazard she could reasonably fit in it.
He will.
Is there a blue dress or a red dress?
Yes, there is a red and a blue dress, and they are a size smaller and a size larger, respectively, of the black dress.
Riker's
Roy
maybe
will
like the dress is maybe more her style.
He rolled the insight. He has her color pegged.
I know.
But
Riker's just being Riker.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Riker
And
should
Lytle's
be
sitting
Riker.
there kind of snickering.
How much for this piece here?
That'll be 10
Well, she's
gold.
going to a funeral. Like, did somebody die? No, she's come back to life. Give her some color. She didn't die. I mean, Red did, but he's back to life. Like, I mean, if anything,
The
like
blue one,
less
the blue
dead
one is
people.
smaller or larger than the present.
The blue one is a little bit larger.
Something for her to grow into.
Yeah.
Take the
She is a middle-aged woman, but okay. That'd be 20
But
gold.
she's still a half elf, so.
Yes, it's true.
So he will take the 20 gold, place it down.
Nice.
He then will take 5,
Uh-huh.
place it down.
Uh-huh.
That is to compensate you for the trouble this morning, which I do thank you for
Lytle
your
kind of
assistance
says,
in getting us in.
Lytle kind
Ja-
of says to Riker loud enough for him to hear, I wonder if she needs a hat to go with it.
Jethro,
What do you do, man?
for the moment, ignores Lydell and leans into Roran's space so that only you and he can hear, and perhaps the Riker and Lydell. You said you took it off too. You said you took it off some tithe hunters that didn't need it anymore. Can I surmise what I am hoping you're imparting with that?
It was a rather funny situation.
You
They were
strike me
bad
as
at
the
their
real.
job.
You strike me as the real humorous type. He eyeballs the sword you're carrying. Real funny.
Which
A
one?
regular riot at parties.
There's
The one
two.
you have on display.
Well, there's both. Technically, one is
The other
permanently.
one's-
I have
yeah.
not described it. It's permanently on his back, wrapped up.
I assumed it was wrapped. Yeah, he's looking at the one that's on your belt, the one that you draw when
Gotcha.
you fight. He kind of like strokes his beard. He kind of is assessing you all over again, and he's like, well, maybe you're not everything I thought you were, after all.
He's twice of it as his size.
Fortunately,
is-
the smart aleck is correct.
I want to know,
As-
does he actually realize that we're being smart, Alex?
Right? Does Roran realize you're being like smart with him? Probably not. Some things just go over Roran's head because he doesn't care. I think.
You're right. You're right. I need
Yeah.
to tweak. I need to tweak my whippisms back. Thank you for keeping me in character.
But as for the hat, he raises his voice again to Liddell. 2 gold.
I want to find the biggest, widest hat that Jethro has.
It is probably like the medieval version of a sun hat, but it has been felted and stitched in such a way that all it needs is like a feather of some kind, and a ribbon, and it would look really zhuzhed up. But he's selling like the base model, meant for you to like doll up at your discretion.
Oh, I'm definitely going to look at that at the general store. Yeah, I'll pay the 2 gold for that.
As you reach out and grab the hat in question, it behind it falls off the rack a tricorn.
Tricorn hat?
A tricorn?
Mhm.
I want to try that on. Does it make me look dashing?
You're gonna have to roll a persuasion to see if it makes you look dashing.
The geometry fits the geometry of your face quite well.
Let's see. I
It
rolled a
suits
10,
you.
and my persuasion is not great. So it's an 11.
You look like a young man who is indulging in a spot of dress up, but it goes with the rest of your outfit well enough.
All right. Yeah, I'll take it.
Riker will put Lytle will put the 2 gold in Jethro's hand and say, "I do believe that hat fits him perfectly."
So we have purchased all our goods. Jethro is clearly still like ruminating on what he has learned about your crew from this interaction in many ways. And you guys got anything else you want to buy from old Jethro?
Warner just offer
Um,
2 fingers because he cannot offer a full hand without basically
Dwarfing
enveloping his entire arm. It's
his.
just kind
Right,
of
right. So you like half Beastmaster handshake this guy, mostly because you're gripping his entire forearm, and he can only get like your thumb and forefinger. But that is business concluded with Jethro. What else would you like to get at market? You said some rations, some supplies?
rations, basic supplies like that. Anything that we would have had
Okay.
in our inventory that would have went bad.
Sure. Let me.
Example would be would our tinder boxes still be okay?
Yeah, tinder boxes are stable.
Okay.
Um,
Would the
so if
water skins be okay, or would those have kind of
we've been
mold and
drinking
stuff?
water out of them for the last
Oh,
three
that's true.
days.
you
Okay,
have
yeah.
been drinking water. The water skins are fine. They're more like canteens in this world in my head. So that's okay.
Okay.
And so there's two kinds of food types you can buy. You can buy fresh food types that are like meant for the first day or two of travel, and then you can buy rations, dried food types are more shelf stable, meant for longer periods of a journey. Fresh food stuff is for sale at this market, but if you want rations for the road, you're gonna have to hit up the general store.
Well, I think Lido would pick some fresh food rations there
Okay.
for at least tonight.
So there's just about every kind of fresh food in season, from produce, meat, bread, different cheeses, and all the way up to the more exotic honey, jams, spices, vinegars, teas. Um, some of these items might be perishable, like I said, but they would give you a few days worth of enjoyment on the road, and they're certainly one of the perks of civilization. So, do you have anything in
So,
particular you want to buy, or just like an
so
assortment
Lido
of
would know
stuff?
what Riker and Lido like. He would probably ask Rorn what he likes.
Uh-huh.
But he would take a guess at what Red likes and what uh, Kinji and Ginji like.
Okay.
So would he like have to do an insight for that or something?
Yeah, give me an insight on
Of
just
course.
everybody. I'm not going to make you insight them individually.
Yeah.
You've been traveling with
Me
these
and
people for 2 or 3 days at this
me and
point.
my big freaking mouth and pick the worst one. How about a 14 plus 2, 16?
Not bad. Um, they're all pretty strong looking individuals or use a lot of brain power in pursuit of their various skill sets. You would hazard that protein goes over well with everybody. And again, given that you haven't had much food outside of the meat you've killed on the road, probably anything that you guys eat is going to slap right now. So you
Right.
can't really go wrong.
So he'll buy enough food for tonight for everybody. Some meat, some cheese,
Yep.
maybe
Bread.
a bottle, yeah, some bread. If there's like a bottle of wine or something that he can grab for
Mhm.
everybody. Being a
Oh, yeah.
half elf, he would prefer wine.
You get the sense that if you're gonna start down the alcohol road with the group, you're gonna need probably a couple. Um,
Yeah.
Seeing as you've all been through what you've been through over the last several days, you get the feeling once y'all start drinking, you're gonna not stop till it's gone.
So he'll buy what seems like a pretty good amount. Kind of put
Okay.
it in a bag,
Okay.
whatever that
Two,
costs.
3 bottles. So
Yeah.
let's say that depends on like the quality you're looking at. If you want to get like aristocratic levels of good food, like the stuff that nobles and the highfalutin people eat, that's about 10 gold.
I was to say if it was just him and Riker, that's where he would go.
Okay.
But he's probably going to go one down below that.
Okay, so if you want to eat like the wealthy eat, which isn't crazy but is still
Right.
nice, 4 gold pieces.
Okay. Yeah. He doesn't
Okay.
mind that.
Wonderful.
And yes, I
So,
am removing this from the.
okay, I trust you. Do you have anything else you want to do in the market, or do you want to go secure some rations from the general store, which is like right across the street?
He would like to
Well,
secure stuff from the general store, but he also
the
wants to
general
find out
store.
where Riker wants to go as well.
Okay, Riker.
General store, and then I want to go to the Violet Vial.
Okay,
Yeah, that's the same place that Lytle will want to go.
awesome. So we will hit up the general store first. So you ding through the door, and a dwarvish woman behind the counter is flustered by the amount of the customers that are all demanding her attention at once. Hi, yes, well, welcome in, she says, and turns her focus to them. She kind of ignores you for the time being, because they're all asking her questions and demanding things from behind the counter. Um, the general store sells common adventuring gear, including kits like the ones in your inventories. This place is, like I said, more for the rations you're going to need while traveling. That's really the only food stuff they carry. Depending on how much you're willing to spend, you can have different levels of rations. You can have squalid, poor, modest, comfortable, wealthy, or aristocratic.
Anything Lytle buys will be modest,
Okay.
knowing that we're traveling. So he wants to
Okay.
get the best bang for his buck, but he doesn't want it to be the nastiest stuff out there.
Sure. So modest, eating like a modest individual is 1 gold piece per person per day.
He's probably going to get probably 10 for himself.
Okay. Add a 10. I'll actually add it for you. Liddell. 10
Okay.
rations for Liddell.
And I'll get the same thing.
Add it to your own sheet, Liddell. Apparently, I can't access
Okay.
yours right now.
No
And
problem.
same for you, Riker. Add you 10 rations. Rorn, would you care to buy any rations?
Yes, because I actually deleted the old rations because you said that they rotted, so I just deleted them off. So Rowan will buy 10 rations as well. He will actually buy 20
Mm.
for so Red can compensate him later.
Okay, wonderful. And I'm not going to be like super crunchy making y'all like mark off rations each day. I assume you will buy them every time you're in town from here on out. So don't worry too much about that. I just wanted an initial purchase to get you guys in the game, so to speak. Anything else you're looking for at the general store?
I assume my rope has probably gone bad. It's been 15. I need to
It has been
replace my rope.
Your hempen rope has been chewed by some rodentia over the course of your internment.
Yeah. I'll need to get
So,
that too.
I need my rope. I need to replace my parchments and my ink. I think my pen might be okay.
so 50 feet of rope is a gold a piece. So just
Okay.
deduct a gold and add a rope. Parchment is per sheet. It's 1 silver. So you can get 10 sheets for a gold.
All right. So I want to do that.
Ink.
So that's 2 golds.
And
Find the ink.
Ink is 10 gold for a 1 ounce bottle. That should get you through, a couple uses of spell recitation. And an ink pen, or quill, excuse me, hang on, quill. A silver tipped quill is 7 gold.
Okay, so I'm at 19, right?
Mhm.
Okay, and torches.
Torches.
Well,
Your
so-
torches
I
are
don't know.
okay if a little bit, yeah, a torch is a copper. You can buy a few if you'd like. I am
No,
noticing
they're okay.
that
I'm not too bad.
I'm noticing that some of you don't have dark vision, so be thinking about that as well.
Well, I think I
speci-
have a spell. I have spells for
That's
that.
true. You do have light or dancing lights or whatever it is.
So Lytle only has a hooded lantern and oil for specific reasons.
Right.
He doesn't really need them himself, but he does use them at times.
Sure.
So I would ask
what about
is,
the,
huh?
I was just gonna. Sorry, I was thinking ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
The oil, would that be still good?
Oh yeah, the oil is shelf stable.
Okay. And the lantern, even though it's a hooded lantern, probably would still be okay.
Yeah, the hooded parts are like metal in my head.
Okay,
They're
that's what I
protecting
thought.
the glass. Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't think there's a whole lot other than maybe some string.
Yeah.
He has string.
Okay.
How much would that be?
Bedrolls.
String would be like a copper.
Mm.
Bedrolls would be needed to replace
Ooh,
probably.
yeah.
Yes, your bedrolls are kind of threadbare, because several things made their homes in them. Um, bedrolls are also 1 gold, which seems kind of low, but we're gonna roll with it.
Yeah. We'll do that. I'll add that.
Is there anything else in this store that like catch the fancy of a wizard who loves illusion and with my background?
Mm,
Or is it just journal stuff?
you see a collection of not necessarily like arts and crafts supplies, but general like home decor stuff. Um, including some really interesting and pompous feathers that would go really well in your tricorn.
I think I'll get two. I'll get one for Lyra's hat and one for my own.
Oh my goodness. I love that y'all are buying clothes for this woman. That's actually really sweet. You're probably going to earn some points with red for that, if not
I
with
want
Lyra.
also. I also want a ribbon for the hat. I think I
Okay,
want. Let's see. So
a
let's
ribbon
see.
and two
I'm not
feathers.
fashion. I don't have any sense of fashion, but Ryder does.
Right.
So, what would go? What color ribbon would go really well with the blue dress?
Probably another
Okay.
shade of blue. Blue on blue tends to go really pretty. Um,
How about like a brilliant blue? Would a brilliant blue be like something like turquoise or something? Go really well with it.
yes, that will do just fine, I think, dear. Helga is like talking to you while also exchanging money with someone next to you. Uh, without further like asking questions, she just like reaches behind her and snips an appropriate amount off of a bobbin and hands it to you. Um, two feathers and a ribbon and whatever else you've got. That's what are we at? 21 gold at this point? Yeah, 21 gold. Cool. Um, would anyone else like anything else at the general store? Cool. We will skedaddle y'all over to the Violet Vial. Um, let me find that.
I imagine Riker and Lytle
Mm-hmm.
snip at each other every once in a while, like they're talkative
Right.
Yeah.
as you walk.
I
As you,
think yeah.
Roran does
There's
not make small talk. He's just a
mm-mm.
silent trudging behind you, or in front of you,
Well,
depending upon how you look.
I imagine that Lydell and Riker would have a small argument about the color of the ribbon. Like,
For
Yeah.
sure.
Riker
For
would
sure.
be like, "No, this fashion. No, this goes with the dress. I promise. This is the right color. This is the right shade.
And
No,
we
Oh
would
my
that
god.
red is ugly, Lydell. Like, okay, listen. I know you're very, very smart. I hear you, but trust me, red is not her color.
Oh my
I'm
word.
telling
That is
you,
my
it
color, but not her color.
Oh, y'all
it
are
was
precious.
said it off. I'm telling you.
Oh my word. Oh my
I would
gosh.
imagine that Lytle and Riker every once in a while would
Mm-hmm.
try to pull Roran into their conversation.
Roran
Um,
Yeah.
resist.
and
He's
Well,
intentionally
Liddell would do it more
resisting
than
right
Riker.
now.
Riker kind of, but Liddell would definitely do it more. Oh,
yeah,
I need to.
Liddell would do it, but Riker probably. Yeah.
Roran's got a 1,000-yard stare at the moment.
Oh,
I need to
goodness.
replace my satchel. My satchel is probably rotted away, so I do need to replace that. That's got all my components and stuff, and I've been kind of holding it together with bits of string and bits of my old clothing, but I need to get a new one.
Okay. Let me.
That would
Nice
be at
leather
the
stuff.
Violet Vial, I would imagine.
So a common like well, let me see if there's a backpack. Yeah, a backpack is 2 gold.
Would all of ours be kind
Yes.
of in that position? The same kind of.
Yeah, you since it would work for a while, but
Yeah.
if you like put it through the ringer, going like whipping through the forest at high speed, or like you take a fall, it could potentially fail on you.
So Lytle is thinking now. Does Rourn have a backpack?
He does have a satchel. Uh, I guess a soldier's satchel.
Sure.
So
Would that be about the same price?
Yeah, I'm not gonna differentiate
And,
on that.
and I would say that he would probably think ahead to Red, who's
Mhm.
unable to be here.
Yeah.
Um, now Lytle likes everybody. So right now he likes Rourn, so he's gonna go ahead and get 3. Actually, he'll get 4 because he wants to make sure that Riker has the right
Mhm.
things because, well, he relies on Riker much more than anyone else. So
Aw.
he will probably pick all 4 of them up and pay for them.
Okay, that's 8 more gold for 4 backpacks. If nothing else, the smell of a crypt is going to no longer linger on your
Yeah.
backpacks, which is not a bad thing.
Yeah. He's
Okay.
been using prestidigitation on it
It's
over and
still
over
not
trying to
totally
get rid
it's
of the
still not
smell.
totally working.
Yeah.
I'm
it
sorry.
removes the.
You,
It does.
I believe you
It did
mean
it
the
again.
Mary Poppins spell.
Yes, the Mary
Yes,
Poppins
Mary
spell.
Poppins spell.
How dare
I'm so
you?
sorry. You're right.
I didn't need to write that down. Remember, Mary Poppins.
Yes, but that
Awesome.
would be he would do that so that everybody has. He doesn't. I don't. He doesn't. So would he remember if Kinji Ginji has a backpack?
Genji and Kenji, as far as you have been able to lay eyes on them, they're odd in that way. Seem to be traveling pretty light.
Okay.
You get the sense that they got a handle on their own stuff.
All right. So yeah, he'll do that just so that everybody kind of has that, and his
Nice.
reason for doing it for Red is just because he knows he's stuck back there. He's not going to worry too
Yeah,
much whether he pays him back or not. He doesn't think it's
right.
worth worrying about, but
It's 2 gold. It's not gonna
yeah,
upset you.
and he
Okay,
figures
wonderful.
he can come up with 2 gold pretty quick.
Right. Wonderful. Can y'all think of anything else? You also got footwear from Jethro when he exchanged your clothing
Oh, good.
on the road, so you don't really need anything on that note.
No,
Okay.
I can't think of anything.
Roran will place all of his stuff in his backpack, and after we conclude our business with the Violet Vial,
Mhm.
the first undead to kind of walk past him, he's just going to hand his decrepit backpack to.
That I will. So, okay. Roll me a sleight of hand to get the backpack on this undead's shoulders.
No, it is on his shoulders. It's like if there's with open hands, he's just gonna like a bag, just like.
Yep.
He's not dexterous enough to try and put it on the shoulders. He's not going to attempt to slide a hand.
To hand this thing off to an undead.
Fair, fair. Okay. 16.
Yeah, you manage it. You kind of awkwardly hang it around its neck by one strap, but it's on him. And, it looks
Of
about as decrepit as he does, so it works out.
And
Um,
Lyda laughs because he
yeah,
thinks it's
y'all
funny.
find it endlessly funny.
Yeah.
Red, however, if he were here, would most certainly not.
He's not doing it to be funny. It's what's dead should stay with the dead.
Yes, it just makes sense to you. Okay, so you guys head out, hit the road, go over to the Violet Vial. You can see like on the map where that is. Standing
we
before
find?
you. Huh?
I was just say, would we find? Never mind. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'll wait.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Standing before you is a whitewashed brick structure with a gabled roof and a freshly painted sign hanging from the eaves reading The Violet Vial. You open the door and a cheery bell rings to announce you, and from behind the counter, a waifish young human woman points a tube at you. Everyone roll me a dex save.
Oh, that's the wrong one.
Natural 20.
Woo!
Oh, 18
For a total of
plus 9 is 27.
24.
Okay, the DC
12.
was not high. The DC was not high. The only one of you that actually gets sprayed with glitter and confetti is Rorn.
And
So he just
Lido
becomes
Oh,
more
laughs.
tiny
Oh,
than he
that's
already
right.
is.
You have been anointed with the herpes of the craft world. Congratulations. So,
It's a gift that keeps on giving.
yep. Hi, welcome to my shop. Violet Wait a
Bingo!
minute. Shakes
got
her
it.
head. Sorry, force of habit. Grandpapa is rubbing off on me. Welcome. You're all my first customers. You get the sense from her vibrating excitement, and the fact that the paint is still not even dried on her sign outside. This is literally her first day in business, and you all are her first customers, so she is stoked. Hence the glitter confetti cannon.
And it's 2 p.m. in the afternoon, and we're her first customers.
It takes a while to get a business off the ground, Rorn.
Rory doesn't say that. That's just Joffrey making a comment observation.
Yeah, and that was DM. That was DM making a comment, not the shopkeep.
Yeah. So Lido will after stopping
It
laughing.
takes the average American business 2 years to turn a profit, Joffrey. Go on.
How long was
Any-
it for you? I'm a little bitter, are we?
30 seconds. Go on, Lytle.
Anyways, Lido after stopping laughing at what just happened to Rorn.
Jesse, please, with my raw sex appeal, please. Go.
Oh my god.
Lydell, go on. I'm sorry. I have to.
Anyways, dang. He looks over at her and he says, "My dear, I would have never known. I would have thought you'd have been in business for decades if it wouldn't have been for the smell of paint and the wonderful glitter bomb you just sent to my friend Ron."
Rorn is already pretty dang shiny between his platinum hair and his gold armor, and now he's just
He
literally
glitters.
he glitters like Edward Cullen from Twilight, just glitter
Uh.
face. And it's
Anyway.
beautiful.
So
The walls are lined with shelves of baskets, and the rafters of this cozy shop are hung with countless bundles of fragrant dried herbs. Jars and spices and powders are in a cabinet behind the counter, and through a small door to the back of the store, you can see jars of various organs, small creatures, and inscrutable fleshy bits suspended in liquid. The sound of a cauldron softly bubbling and a copper laboratory still percolating from that same room is a comforting backdrop. In a locked case on the counter is a series of red potions in various size bottles, each with the protruding corks dipped in wax. The words "Healing Potions, Limited Supply" are on a little sign perched on top of the case. On one wall, near the door, is a framed piece of parchment with an official looking wax stamp, which reads Authorization to perform magic, Alchemy Class 2, Healing and Effects. Authorization to perform magic, Offensive Defensive Magic, 3rd level and below. And there is a scrawled signature at the bottom which reads Seal Bearer of Beldrin, Randall Steelbraid.
so
Hi. So, thank you so much for coming in. Welcome. So excited you're here. What can I help you find?
Lido will say, "But young lady, let's start with some of that healing magic that you got up there."
While this
Give
is
us a
happening,
rundown on
he's
the
just going to be
price
making
on that.
a circle around the in part, and he's just going to be trying to get as
Yeah.
much of the glitter off. And by get off, he's going to anoint the remainder of this shop that wasn't coated in glitter to spread glitter to the rest of the shop so that the
Yes.
cracks and crevices for the rest of this campaign, glitter
yeah.
shall remain.
Yep.
So while Lytle is talking with her
Mhm.
to find out about that,
Mhm.
he is looking around for things that you know what he's looking for.
I do.
Um,
Um.
and he's just looking to see if it's there.
Okay.
He is not going to ask outright.
So you don't see such things on display, and you get the sense that it would take a very specific type of salesperson to have such things on just broad day display. But never hurts to ask.
Okay, well, first he's going to ask about the healing.
Okay.
Um,
Yes.
and
So that those are, as you might imagine, rather expensive. Um. So the lowest tier of potion of healing is 50 gold. And the highest tier of supreme healing is 1,350 gold.
he looks over at Riker as if to say, I'm glad we have a cleric.
As if to say, but you don't say those words, correct?
No, no,
Okay.
no. He's actually, if anything, it would have been more of a telepath, but even with that, he just kind of looks at him
Okay.
like with an eye up, like, okay.
Yeah.
So then he turns around and he looks at her
Uh-huh.
and he leans in and
Yeah.
very, very quietly. And I'm gonna
Yeah.
say he says it
Mhm.
in such a way that no one can hear.
Okay. She immediately looks rather nervous at your request, and she gestures at the framed piece of paperwork near her door that says what she is authorized to sell and make and do, and she says, I can't sell those. I'm not authorized to."
So he looks at
But
her.
just
Oh,
because she doesn't sell the made potion, made things of what you're looking for, doesn't mean she doesn't sell the
eh,
components.
I was just gonna. Well, you're reading my mind.
I've thought ahead a little bit on this.
Yeah. So he very quietly, again, in such a way that nobody can hear. And if I need to
Mhm.
roll a stealth or something for that, I will. Um,
Do you care if Riker or Roran hear you?
I don't care so much if Riker hears me. I do care if Roran hears me.
Okay, you can roll a stealth to not be heard by Roran.
Okay. That would be a 30.
Okay, so yeah, you most definitely managed to hide yourself from your voice from Roran.
Okay.
Um so given that you what you do and your backstory, I just sent you something in chat. This is what you know to be some general ingredients and guidelines for preparation for what you're hoping to make.
Is this in
Um,
the chat of?
no, it's in your chat, dear. In our private.
Okay. Oh, oh,
Yeah,
oh. Let me see,
I
because I
sent it to
hadn't
you
seen it
privately.
yet. Okay.
So if you're wanting those particular, basically, I broke it down by type. You can aim for something that's on the more expensive side, but if you want to buy the ingredients for that, they're going to be that expensive.
Okay. Well, that just and he thanks her very much, and
Mhm.
we'll hand her a gold piece for that.
Okay. So she looks confused but accepts it. The she does gesture over to the corner of the countertop and says, um, I have a large variety of potions available and also a bargain bin. Everything in here is 10 gold. I fell asleep last night and forgot to label them, and when I woke up, I couldn't remember what they were. So, 10 gold, and I will not be held responsible for whatever it is uh, they do when you consume them.
I would like to do healing potion. I better make it one.
Okay,
I need to save a little bit of my coin. Better make it one healing point potion and three bargain potions.
wonderful. Roll me a d10 3 times and
And
subtract
then
80.
I want to see if she has any scrolls. Spell scrolls.
She seems to be specializing more in alchemical stuff, but
Okay.
so
I
roll me.
figured.
Yeah, sorry.
Or
Okay.
one,
Uh-huh.
one,
Okay.
or one and one. Hopefully that's not a one like bad thing.
How confident are you in your brewing skills?
Well, none of them are deadly, if that's what you're asking.
Hmm.
Okay. So when you seek to ingest one of those potions, Jesse, you're gonna have to pick which one you're doing. Are you gonna do one of the ones, or are you gonna do the four? Okay.
Okay.
Continue.
Far be it from me to be your first customer and not purchase something. All the way to the bottom of the barrel,
Mhm.
grabs one,
Okay. Roll
pulls
me
it
a d10.
out. 7.
Okay.
You
Cool beans.
10 gold down.
Yep. So I'll describe your potions individually. I forgot I could do that. So your potion, Rorn, is a black liquid that smells like ocean spray. Uh Riker, your ones is a variegated potion. Um has like a handful of different colors in it. It moves around a little bit like a lava lamp does. And your number 4 is a viscous gray liquid contained in a faceted bottle. So you, Riker, owe 80 gold, and Joffrey, you
10.
will. Yes,
10
yes,
gold.
correct. 10 gold, correct.
Seeing all of
Okie
Quick
doke.
this,
question.
Lytle will probably buy at least one healing potion, the fifty
Okay,
dollar one.
50 gold. Okay,
Yeah.
deduct 50 and add a potion of healing. And who said they had a question? I'm sorry.
I did. I have a question. Is there like the supreme healing? Like, is there like on a back
Yes.
shelf? Like,
So there's the healing, which is 50. Greater healing is 150. Superior is 450, and the supreme is 1,350. And all of them are in a little locked glass box on the countertop. You get the
just
sense that in
asking.
the absence of clerics and paladins, healing magic from a bottle is at a premium. Society has had to adapt in the absence of divine healing magic.
Okay, so like on a scale of 1 to 10, how hard would it be to steal?
It'd be
Seeing as
harder
it's in
for
a
you than me.
locked glass box on a alchemist's countertop, might be something you come back and get at night. Not necessarily something you can just. It's not like Skyrim where you can like put a bucket over the vendor's head and steal anything you want. Um,
Yeah.
It would take quite the feat to do it now, is what I'm getting at.
Well,
No.
no.
Shut up, Lytle. What else?
What else is there? I want to browse a little bit. Just I
So
know you
there's
can't list everything, but anything like
sure. Well, there's plenty of
anything
spell
specific.
components. So we'll say that whatever components for your components bag that have gone the way of the rodent, you replace. Um,
Yep.
she even has more parchment and more quills, and they're a slightly lower price than the general store. You get the sense that because she's off the beaten path, she can charge a little bit less. So you'll know that for the future if y'all ever come back here. And other than that, any potion you can think of, I've got a table created for that. Um,
Does she have a potion of flying?
let me check.
Potion of flight.
Yes. She
How many?
has hang on, let me check my rating on that. Very rare. Okay, so be, I misspoke. She does not have one, but she can make one. And so because it's classified as a very rare, I put a weight on very rare and ultra rare stuff in this world. A simple town like this wouldn't have ultra rare or very rare, but she can make it. It's 500 gold, and it would take her about a couple days.
Okay.
Can I ask you where you messaged me because I can't find it anywhere.
Did I send it? Did I not send it to you,
I don't find one.
Dennis? Oh,
You might have
yes, I
sent it
sent
to
it.
me.
No, I sent it to Brandon. I'm an idiot.
Of course, he
God.
wasn't going to tell me. No, I'm just.
No. Sorry, Brandon. Ignore.
Oh no, it's okay. Like I wasn't paying attention. I was like, oh, okay, whatever.
No, you're not crazy, Dennis. It's me.
Okay,
I'm
now
the
where
problem.
would you send it to?
I sent it to your our
Oh,
private
okay,
Facebook. There
that's
it
the
is.
one. All right,
Mhm, mhm.
because that might mean a little bit more than.
Does that help you a little bit?
A little bit because I was trying to figure it out. Yeah. So while they're all doing this, he's thinking this one through.
Okay.
Okay. Oh yeah, that makes more sense. I want to do one more thing before we leave because of the type of place it is.
Okay.
He pulls out one of the polished rocks
Yeah.
and he leans in close and he says, My dear lady, I know you just opened up, so you probably have not had anybody come in who answers to the name of Bones. But should you, in the future, ever meet this individual, I would ask that you give him this stone and tell him he's back. I would
She
appreciate it
looks
greatly.
she looks even more confused. Uh but she accepts the stone and like puts it in like without breaking eye contact with you, puts it in the cash register tray and just ka-ching closes the tray without breaking eye contact with you. Um
He has a thing with stones.
he has a thing, all right. Um what else can I do for you, gentlemen? Okay.
I'm thinking. Hold on.
Alrighty.
Oh, is there a grease potion?
Yes, I'm sure that'll be available. Hang on. It's called the oil of slipperiness. She has a couple of them. It's uncommon, which means she has 3 of them in stock, and it is don't think 480 gold makes sense for that. We'll call it 300.
Still out of my price range.
Yeah. But give me a chance and I will fix that for you boys. Okay. But heck, if you're gonna come rob her of her health potions, you may as well rob her of that too.
I
We'll see.
have a few ideas.
You're gonna heist the poor girl on her first day open.
I'm
Y'all
not.
are terrible.
No, I'm not that
Terrible.
mean.
Genji and Kenji would be down.
One of my full on like ideals is it's not stealing if I need it.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to do above board? Okay.
I think we're good.
Wonderful.
I head
Um,
back to the
okay.
estate.
It is time to talk to the gods.
So at this point is when you hang on. Yeah. So it's that as you wander out of the building here, you have this interaction with the two guards, and they give you the scroll, and they invite you to Seal Bearer Randall Steelbraid's office now. And do you guys acquiesce to go?
First,
Roran took the scroll, and so Roran was going.
well,
Okay.
before Roran does that, Lytle stops everybody and says, "My dear gods, are you positive it is us that you are looking for?"
He looks at you.
Roran just looks down, gestures to
I know.
himself, and just glitter and all 7 feet of him, and just kind of, without saying anything, of, really?
Yeah. So with like your passives and learning what you've learned about this world, having come back from the grave, tithes, the people who are tithed are typically people who have low attachment to the settlement that they are tithed from. Strangers being chief among them. So you get the feeling that in this world, strangers are clocked pretty quick, and in the wrong circumstance could find themselves at the bad end of being tithed. So yes, everyone's very familiar with who their neighbors are, and distinctly know who traveling and visitors are. Yeah, they know who they know that you're not from around here. And yes, they know who they are delivering this missive to, this invitation to.
Okay, he's just wanting to make sure that they didn't like
Misunderstand.
misunderstand that maybe it was somebody else. So,
Right.
he looks at the other two and he says, "Shall we go?"
One of them leads you, and the other walks behind you. You are led through the streets of Beldrin by these two guards, and more than a few townspeople who see this procession gawk and whisper. The meeting
Is
hall.
it because of the tall guy with glitter?
No, it's because you're new and you've already got a guard escort. It's like what everyone rubbernecks when the police are involved. It's what it
Sure.
is. The meeting hall is a square brick building with 4 short square towers surrounded by a 10-foot stone wall with ramparts that protects a shallow courtyard between the building and this defense. The guards at the gate to the courtyard eye you as you pass through, as though sizing you up for threat, but salute the individuals who are leading you and let you go through. A flight of stairs later, and you arrive in the office of the seal bearer. It is as Spartan as is the custom of dwarves, with the banner of Beldrin, which is a red pickaxe clenched perpendicular in a raised fist on a field of gold, hung above the window. It is in front of this window that Steelbraid stands, staring outward. And he waits for his guards to leave before turning to regard you all. He is a typical dwarvish build, coming to around 4.5 feet, and as his surname suggests, his beard is a thick, steely gray, belying an agedness unusual even for dwarves. He is missing his left hand and arm below the elbow, and has a simple prosthetic with articulating digits, and a small red gem set below the knuckles. The sigil on the gem matches that is on the undead foreheads. He is dressed in simply styled but good quality clothes. Everyone roll me a perception check.
Oh, good.
$22 for Roar.
19.
Okay.
16.
So 16? Okay. So everyone but Lydell clocks with a small smile, and it's actually mutual because Steelbraid clocks it on you guys too. You recognize the signature on each other's clothes of Jethro Honeycutt stitch work in each other's attire. So he recognizes you're wearing the same designer that he's wearing.
Why did Lydell not notice this?
Because your DC isn't high. You didn't meet the DC.
19 doesn't meet it?
Oh, I thought you said 13, my friend. I'm so sorry.
No,
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I
you
said
see
19.
it. Okay.
Whew.
Yes, you see it too. Yeah, you see it too. Now the DCs are now higher for everybody.
I figured.
30 or nothing. So
Challenge accepted. No.
he says, greetings, and his voice has the quiet authority of someone used to being listened to. I am Sealbearer Steelbraid, as you know by now. What are you called?
Lydell speaks up, and he looks over at him, and he says, the big man here, his name is Aragorn. I am Frodo, and my friend here is Samwise.
Take psychic damage.
How much?
Also, that's a Lord of the Rings reference for those who are playing bingo.
That's the only reason he did it.
He's gonna roll an insight on you.
And I'm gonna roll a persuasion on him then.
Go ahead. I would feel like that's more deception, but okay.
Oh, let me think.
Yeah, you're lying
Well,
through your teeth.
Either way, it
Okay.
works. How about a 19 plus 6 is a 25?
He takes it at face value.
Yeah.
I heard tell of a party of tithe hunters arriving at my gates. And he moves forward to put his hands on the desk to eye you a little more closely. What brings you to my town?
We're just stopping through. We don't plan on staying long.
Purchase some much needed traveling things and head on out.
He squints at you. I was under the impression there were more of you.
Some of them are still out shopping. And think we were like, a gaggle of girls that are always with each other all the time, right?
He gives you what borders on a scowl. He is easily 8 times your age and not impressed, Riker. Yeah. It's like the silence youngling look in his face. The grown-ups are talking. Bear in mind, Riker's 19 canonically. Okay, so that's just how a dwarf of his age would view that. An impudent little upstart of a human boy talking to him like that. I wish to speak to you on a matter of favor, he says bluntly.
Speak.
It is something I would not risk the undead under my control to do, nor the lives of my townsfolk who would replace an undead if it perished. If you do this thing for me, I will sponsor you for consideration for the Friend of Dessel seal. And he notes your expressions of confusion and explains a little bit more. I see such a rare award is unknown to you. Dessel is the nearest city, as I'm sure you are aware, 4.5 days from here. They, like every city on this continent since the Empress's reign began, award a Friend of the City seal to a few people a year who have done a great service for the city. This seal permits you to travel anywhere in the land, leave and return from its shores, and gives you access to the upper echelons of society. The seal of friendship, whatever city it is from, opens doors to those who don't hold it, wouldn't even know exist. Even other cities recognize each other's friendship seals.
At this, Lytle's eye raises oh, he is extremely interested now.
Mm-mm.
What task do you have?
The favor consists of this. Our graveyard is a rich resource of bodies to satisfy the tithe beyond what our precious stone mining industry does. But we cannot collect corpses because something has taken up residence there and is eating the bodies. Whatever it is, I need you to kill it. Quickly.
Well, my good sir, I do believe that we will have a quick discussion about this and let you know.
He means to say we will take the job, we just need to know where the graveyard is.
Lytle sighs very, very loudly.
Aragorn, next time, why don't you wait to speak? Frodo and I have a thing going. Next time, just wait. I guess Aragorn speaks for us. So
Steelbearer,
this time,
Steelbraid gives Roran a look and says, "Would you not want the consensus of the others of your party before you agree to such a perilous task? You are missing 2 members at my guard's count."
how blind is his guards? He whispers in a stage whisper to Liddell.
If you wish to discuss it further, you may.
So
Quick question:
Yes.
Is there any coin with that medal, or is it just the travel perks?
Are you
Do I just get
asking?
miles on the? Yeah, I'm asking. Do I just get miles on the card, or is there actual like cash value bonus?
Take psychic damage and no. What am I, frickin' chase rewards? Calm down.
well,
If you're asking him to sweeten the deal, I'm gonna need a persuasion check from you, and only from you.
Yeah, that sucks.
Give it to me anyway.
Yeah, no. That's a persuasion. That's a 9.
I could be persuaded to attach an additional 200 gold for each of you who return alive.
All right. How can we do that persuading? Want a little song and dance?
No, you just rolled the persuasion. So that works out. I am actually glad you asked because I really wanted to get y'all some money in your hands.
That was your chance for song and dance. This is on you. You ruined
I
it.
know. I know.
So-
Well, here's the thing. If I ask him enough, he'll do it anyway. The Wonderful. So I would strongly encourage you to counsel with your other members of your party before you agree fully. But if you do agree, I will sponsor you And should you return, you'll have 200 gold per living member.
So
I
And
will
I'm guessing
expect
dead ones get to wander around the town for eternity, huh?
he gives you a scowl this time. And
Any facts? No. I gotta wander around the place for eternity. I mean, it's not too bad. I
Sam,
mean, the humidity can use some work,
Aragorn
but
backhands Sam to
boy, the
silence would
matters
be wise, Samwise.
the matters of continental politics do not interest me. I do the bare minimum to keep my town thriving and left alone. My people are what matter to me. He glances down at the gem that's embedded in his prosthetic hand, even though it comes at the price of my own integrity, my own soul, so to speak. And he looks up at you all with a heaviness and indignation that even his stout dwarven frame seems to bend under. Being in control of the undead in this town, many of whom I knew personally, is a burden I would not wish on anyone. So, it must be me that bears it.
can I get insight? Like, how much of this is BS, or is he like truly not the evil dude that I think he is?
You can insight.
Wow, that was even. That wasn't worse. No, that was worse. At 8.
I'll let you all insight him.
Yeah, Warren, I
Actually.
think would actually
Good. 15.
10. Warren's got
Liddell,
glitter in his eye.
yeah, you do. You got glitter everywhere, in every orifice. Um, Liddell, you are a people person, for better or worse.
Mm-hmm.
You get the sense he's not lying. In a continent as large as the one that you know, that you all are on, inevitably, there would be people of all stripes who took up the position of seal bearer or had it foisted upon them. And there are people who would endeavor to stand as a bastion between this regime and the people of the settlement that they love, even if that meant taking on a role of direct and detailed scrutiny from the regime and the unwanted burden of having control of the undead of this town to satisfy the regime. You get the sense that he is one of those type who took the position because it would be better if he held it than someone worse.
He is. Lytle is going to turn to the other two and say, "Gentlemen, I do believe we need to take our leave now and go have a conversation with our companions and discuss this matter. And we need to do it rather quickly."
I will need your answer by this time tomorrow, at the latest. I need this
That
problem solved quickly.
that will be fine. Do we have to come to you personally, or can I
Simply
let you know it
tell any guard you see that you accept the contract and they will convey that message to me.
He gives a slight bow and thanks him. Let's go, guys.
He turns back towards the window as you exit his office, and the two guards who left you in the office with him are outside the door and they escort you back down the steps, out of the building, and beyond the short wall around the meeting hall. And you are back out on the street.
As soon as the
When we
guards
get out,
depart,
Yes.
I was just
What
going to
was-
say Riker is going to get in front of Roran
who is now
And look
leaning
up at
down to your face.
Listen, dude. I know you're tall and tough and you're not used to being bullied, but let me tell you this. You touch me like that again, and you will die slowly in your sleep, being tormented by your nightmares. Do you understand me?
Oh, roll an intimidation check and Rorn contest it.
Lytle is gonna kind of stand back and see how this plays out. But I can tell you that one hand right now is on his rapier.
Mm-hmm.
14.
Okay.
No face. No, I did say like backhanded, but not enough to leave damage, just to shut
I
you
know.
up. Roared,
Doesn't matter.
stone face, not intimidated, just goes, and your mouth spouting out to every official is going to get you and all of us re-killed faster than your little fingers could probably do what you're threatening me. It would be wise to not test these people.
Who do you
And
think
he's
you are?
going to counter intimidate.
Okay.
Who do you think you are?
Natural 20 for 23.
Oh yeah. Um.
All right, I'm a 6.
Yeah. That lands. You get a sense that if you spouted off, smarted off to the wrong person in this new world, the world you still don't understand the full dynamics of, it could end very badly for you. And while he had a distinctly soldier's way of imparting that wisdom to you, aka hip slap in hand, um, you get the sense that Ron doesn't want you to die again. And it might have been insulting to your pride, but he means well enough.
Remember, Riker is 19, though. So.
I am aware.
Technically, you're 34, 35 at this time, but who's counting?
Technically, he's got the
Lytle will
maturity.
slide in between the two of them, facing
Yeah.
Riker specifically,
Hmm.
and say, "Let's go on back, Riker, and get something to eat. We can deal with this later."
Yeah.
Having said his
Let's
piece,
see
Roran
his
will just.
nightmare. I wonder what his nightmares look like.
Lytle will whisper to him, "They're big, my friend. They're big."
And I bet they're female. Dude like that probably has never, ever had a girlfriend.
and Lytle will start laughing and heading on towards the 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 place.
Did Jethro parcel up the dresses and the hats, or did.
Oh yeah, he would have wrapped them in like some butcher's paper, at least to protect him from the street.
Okay.
I was gonna say, or has Warren been carrying them this whole time?
Which honestly would have
because
been even more funny, yeah.
Yeah.
it's time to present a peace offering.
Do you guys go back to the Mournhold estate?
I would think so.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, we need to
We will say that
powwow.
Genji and Kenji are not there yet, but at some point this evening they will return and you will be able to impart this information to them. So as this dynamic trio, with a little more tension in them between them than they left with, stomp up onto the porch. Red, what are you and Lyra doing? You're muted, buddy.
How long have they been gone by this point?
Probably 2-3 hours.
Okay. So, I would imagine Lyra's still asleep.
Oh yeah, she's gonna get a full 8
Yeah.
before she's ready to rise.
I would imagine that we're probably upstairs. So as I hear the front door opening, I'm going to come out of the room and investigate, see that it's these three. And I don't know, would I notice any tension in them, or like how?
Roll an insight check.
Okay. That's a 28.
Yeah, you sense some stuff has gone down in your absence. For instance, Rorn and Riker are not looking at each other, and Lydell is very clearly imposing himself between them.
I will look down the staircase and just huff.
Riker looks like every, spurned 19-year-old
Yeah,
child boy
right.
that you've ever seen in your life. So,
He's pouting. He's pouting in a very, immature kind of way.
The three of you have done something, haven't you?
Now, my good sir,
Define
what would make you think
something.
that?
That right there.
All of that, yeah.
Oh, Roar's covered in glitter, by the way.
Yeah, Rowan Sparkley is a Twilight vampire at this point. Which honestly, given that he's part angel,
Kind of
it's not
checks
a bad
out.
look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of checks out.
He makes
So-
it work.
Yeah, he's making it work.
So Lytle will invite Red to come down so that they can talk about what has gone on. He's not worried about imparting what happened between Rorn and Riker. He figures that's just
not
between-
wanting to get that far away from Lyra. I will come about halfway down the stairs and sit.
So Lyda will probably go and meet you and just sit down next to you. And he will explain what happened with the steel bearer. Is that what he is? Right down to giving false names.
You've all got to be in on it now.
Yeah.
I'll listen to him go about his about his sayings, and I'm
Red is breathless with just shock at the sheer level of shenanigans that you guys have undertaken.
100%.
So Lyda will look at him and say, We did not ask for this. They came to us. We did not do anything wrong.
That much is understood to you, Red. They haven't even. I mean, granted, it would be impressive and not beyond their ability, but they haven't really been in town long enough to do anything that would warrant, like, the attention of guards.
And then,
So you build
right after he says that, he gives him the new backpack and says, I did get this for you.
Well,
Roar will hand over the 10 rations that he purchased for him.
I'm gonna stick you all in. Do you want to be in Lyra's room or in like one adjacent room?
Adjacent. Red would not let us in that room. It's like, no.
absolutely
I
not.
was thinking, yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, you all are in this like parlor with a fireplace and some chandeliers on the ground and some dusty and sheet-covered furniture. Yeah, you can actually hear Lyra snoring in a very unladylike way on the other side of the wall.
That's my girl.
That's right. So you have. How do you? Are you going to tell Red about the meeting with the seal bearer?
Yeah, that's what I did.
Okay, you just word vomit. It's been said.
I just vomited it right out to him because
Perfect.
why would I not?
Why would you not? Perfect. So, Red, what is your response / reaction?
So, you three have agreed for us to go into a graveyard.
No,
Riker
no,
points at
we three
Roran.
did not agree to it. Roran said
I
we
was
would, and we
I
told
was
him that we
trying
would
to take initiative. I misread the situation.
I'll just,
Oh, duh. You're gonna lecture me about fucking social crisis.
Okay,
Mr.
okay now I want to.
face.
I would shove Riker in a locker so fast, and I was homeschooled. Okay, both of us were homeschooled. I'd find a locker, drag you to it, and shove you in it. Absolutely.
Good, then
Ugh.
I'm doing what I'm going for.
Okay.
Yep. Nope. You're nailing
Thanks.
it. You're
So-
nailing it.
Riker, calm down. It's fine. The three of you act like you've never been in a graveyard before. At least two of you.
Lytle's
did.
like,
Roran gets an uncomfortable silence.
I've
Now-
been in plenty of graveyard.
Where they put dead people, so what?
So we're going to handle this situation. However, when we get into this graveyard, all of you will follow my lead. If I get an inkling that any of you, including the weird one that for some reason is not here, are doing anything below the counter when it comes to the dead, you will answer to me, and you will answer to my God.
Below the counter? What are you talking about? Like,
I was gonna say, would
literally,
I
the place is filled with Walking Dead. You're worried about it?
Yes.
I mean, we're Walking Dead.
I'm worried about, and I'm
Big
going to
party, party,
I'm going to
thousands of dead
specifically
people.
I'm specifically going to look at Lytle and
Sure,
Riker
worried
and just
about
be
what-
like, I'm specifically worried about you two.
Lytle looks at him and says, "Just so you know, my friend, I do not steal from the dead. If they are not alive, they have nothing I want."
Insight check.
You may.
And I will tell you, Lytle is not lying.
Yeah.
So it's a 22.
Yeah,
Riker
he's
looks a
on-
little uncomfortable.
Well, he didn't answer for Riker.
With my passive perception, I'm going to death stare Riker.
Roll an intimidation. Riker, roll a counter to not be cowed.
23.
So funny.
Oh man. So Riker is feeling
Riker, you're not having a day today.
nah. Well, he's like
Ah,
all these little hot airhead 19-year-olds. You poke them and they just deflate.
so we're not taking anything from the dead. Oh, that's what you meant. I thought you were talking like messing with them or whatever, but you mean picking their pockets. Oh, yeah. Never done that. No.
You know very
at this
clearly
point-
he means disrespecting the undead.
By this point,
And the level-
my eyes
yeah.
are on fire.
Riker's
How
like,
is
yeah,
it
yeah. Okay.
disrespecting the dead when they're dead? Like, I don't need it anymore. But yeah, sure, whatever you say, Red.
No. For the purpose Bjorn.
Kellenvor's. You know enough about Kellenvor. He's iconic enough from when you were alive the first time. You know that his clerics take respecting the dead very, very seriously. If there is a cleric you should not cross in a graveyard, it's probably Red.
They have such a strict version of respect the dead. I mean, seriously. They're dead. Like, how much respect do they need? Like, cross their arms, empty their pockets, and bada bing, bada boom. But no, they're so picky. Like, don't touch them, don't be
So while he's doing this, Lytle will telepathically tell him, I think we need to stop because you're making the cleric mad.
Yeah, no, I'll stop. Fine, bruh. Fine.
Oh my God.
This hurts so. This hurts.
I'm gonna drive to Texas just to put you in a locker to make me feel better about your character.
100%. I'm gonna
Let's
tell
just
you.
road trip.
I am letting out all the pent up like sarcastic remarks that I want to get to my like fourth.
Yeah.
You do this to me all day. I'm
I know
letting it
who
out
you're
as Riker.
I know what you're channeling. I
Yeah.
don't like it.
Yeah.
It means he's doing it right.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's doing it
I
well.
was gonna say,
He's doing it well. If I do give you the inspo for role playing, it's gonna be through gritted teeth, my friend.
so now you understand why. So now do you understand why Lytle and Riker get along so well?
Oh my God! And that's why Lytle talks more. He's trying to. Yeah.
He's trying to make sure that Riker doesn't talk.
So, you hear a rustling in the room next door and like some sluggish footsteps, and Lyra comes around the corner, having heard you all like fussing at each other, and she's like, "Oh, my dear, what is all this ruckus?"
I'm gonna
Present
look at
two
these
parcels.
three and be like, which three of you was loud enough to wake her up?
To Roran.
Everybody kind of looks over at Riker.
He's pointing at Roran.
It's not saying a word except for telling Red, no, your name is now Bjorn.
Yes, Bjorn. Well, the matter's not. Oh, I'm a little hungry anyway, and I can always go back to sleep. Elves, especially half elves in particular, can trance and have a shorter span of time that counts as a long rest for them than do normal people. Right. So I forgot about that when I said she needed a full 8 hours, so I apologize. So she's had about 4 to 5 hours. She's feeling much, much better.
I'll look over at her and just say, Lara, you really need to rest.
Yeah, I'll trade out her token for something more dignified. I will rest. I feel like I've had nothing but rest. Red, my dear, I have spent 15 years on vacation in my own head. I'm done resting. I want to move and think again, and I have thoughts to collect now. I want. I have slept all I am going to sleep this day.
We will discuss you collecting anything later.
I've remembered what I meant to tell you about the netstone.
That's number 2, right? Or is that number 3?
It's the first netstone, the one on Mythgold's Peak, the one that she had direct hand in near, that's the closest to you. Yeah.
That's the one that I specifically asked her how we could destroy it.
Correct.
Yeah, that's the one that blocks prayers, right?
Yes, correct. Red, hang on. You have saved me 3 times in the course of our friendship.
Full,
but I have
counting.
She gives you a long-suffering look. But I have need of your noble nature once again. Will you please help me undo the damage I have helped cause? Help me by doing what I cannot. By taking down that netstone.
I think that it would be a decent first step. I can only speak for myself and know that, yes, I will go, whether or not the others join.
As
Or,
you say those words, each of you get a sense of like a thrill of approval run through you, seemingly not from you. It's almost as if your individual gods rest their hand on your shoulder briefly. And you get the distinct
Gods.
impression this is a step in the right direction.
I do believe that if we take care of this beast in the graveyard, that will give us the ability and the freedom to go do this. Red, I know I can join you. I would hope my friend here, Riker, would follow.
You feel Riker Azuth's immaterial hand press a little bit more firmly on you.
Ah, fine. I'm gonna do it anyway. God, yeah. Oh, like heavy-handed.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I'm dying. This is hysterical to watch.
He does so keep me young.
Lyra, having heard what you said, Red, like exhales as if she's held her breath for longer than she cares to mention. So now the question becomes how to approach and destroy the Netstone. I think I have an idea. The Stone of Silence has a field of soundlessness around it that will make it very difficult to harm with magic, as most spellcasting requires a voice. And what's more, knowing the Empress, it is well guarded by something or someone, the likes of which can only be conjured from the depraved minds of herself or her generals. You suddenly hear like a clatter of something being dropped by the door to the manor. Like, it sounds like it clatters and then it shatters as it's dropped. You all and Lyra frown at each other as if to say, I don't know what that was, do you? Before you all approach, like, the staircase to look at the front door. There's a middle-aged woman standing in shock at the front door, a broken plate with scattered food on the floor at her feet. Mistress? She stutters. Elma? Elma, is that you? Gasps Lyra, and
So that's how the food came in.
she lurches forward and embraces this woman. And each of the women, as women do, are trying to talk over each other and question each other, and there's tears of reunion streaking down their faces. I thought you were mad, mistress, Elma weeps, pulling Lyra to arm's length, and she kind of studies her newly cleaned and sane face. I've been trying to keep you alive all this time the best I knew how. And she gestures at the broken plate and food. Oh, mistress, the day I awoke to you howling in your nightgown, I didn't know what to do. I fled the manor with the rest of the staff. I am so sorry I left you. Hush, hush, Elma, soothes Lyra, embracing her again. I am glad you did not court injury while I was not myself. I could not live with myself if I had hurt you in my wildness. Mistress, I am so sorry, but it became apparent to me that you were not likely to return to your right mind. I sought other employment to sustain me. It was barely sufficient, and I knew I still needed to feed you. You seemed unable to use the doors in the house in your state of mind, so I periodically... Please forgive me, mistress. I broke in to take some small valuables to sell so that I could keep you fed. She digs around in a bag that's over her shoulder and produces a small journal, and as you all approach, you can see there's neatly written lines of accounting of money coming in large lump sums and going out in small increments. And as she fans the pages of this journal, it becomes apparent that years of keeping Lyra alive is the reason most of the valuables in this house are gone. Even so, such money would not have been sufficient to keep the house and the grounds up. She was literally just scraping by. Elma, don't fret yourself over it. They are merely possessions. I am so grateful for your faithful service to me, even in my feral state. She holds the woman by her shoulders and lightly shakes her for emphasis. You did nothing wrong. You were doing the best you knew how. I owe you my life. And at this point, I imagine Red kind of clears his throat at the I owe you my life part.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Oh, Elma finally notices you, and Lyra finally remembers that you're there. Oh, Master Netherroot, what brings... Wait. Oh my. Did you save Mistress Mournhold again?
I'll
this
just,
point, the
I'll
joke
just
is
like
that-
start like I'll just put my hand up, and just
Yeah. Yep. Yeah,
Yes,
Lyra and
of course, again,
Lyra,
as usual.
Lyra and Elma, are both giggling at this point. They're too relieved for Lyra to find offense in it. So Lyra takes a minute to like update Elma on like everything that's happened, and she even like Elma. Let's see. She bids Elma kind of just sit and listen with you guys to the rest of what she has to say, and you all return to this parlor, and are like hearing her talk through what she has to say regarding this netstone. You get the feeling though that if Lyra trusts Elma, that you can too. There's a look of like determination and like a pinched brow of firmness of thought in Elma's expression that indicates to you she is no ally of the Empress. As I was saying, Lyra says, taking a breath, there is nothing I can do about the force field around the netstone, sadly, but I think I know how to combat the field of silence around it, and simultaneous... Wait a minute. I missed a paragraph. I apologize. This is what I do, guys.
Okay.
So she just got done saying that there's a field of soundlessness around this stone, right? It gets worse, she sighs. We found the stone created a force field around itself, a large one that deals incredible damage to anyone who crosses it. However, we found that it targets the largest vitality pool in a group of creatures until it is dead, and then the next largest, and so on. There's nothing I can do about the force field, sadly, but I think I know how to combat the field of silence around it, and simultaneously make it able to be damaged. Fork I came across in one of my archaeological studies of the tombs in the wastes far to the east. Elma, at this moment, goes a few shades pale. Mistress, you might, no longer be in possession of the tuning fork? Lyra turns to regard her servant with a querying look that soon falls into pinched realization. You didn't. I did, gulps Elma, flipping through the pages of her notebook. 6 years ago, to a man visiting from Dessel, one named Oravel Dorhas. I will send you that name.
What's the name that Bahamut gave Lytle?
Oradir. The same
Oradir.
name that Riker found in a children's book on the
Yeah.
shelf in this house.
That's right. Okay.
Okay. Do you have any questions for Lyra, or Elma for that matter?
Lytle will actually ask her to describe in great detail
Hmm.
the person that she sold this to. Uh,
Okay.
any information that she has on this person, as
Okay.
far as where they may find this person, as much
Elma
as he
does.
can get.
So Elma is trying her best to remember.
How do you spell Dessel?
Dessel. So Elma can describe him in like the broadest of terms, but she doesn't remember a whole lot. It was 6 years ago. Um, she doesn't know anything about him other than he was visiting from Dessel. He looked he looked pretty like well dressed, might have been rich kind of dressed, like nobility. But that doesn't mean he was nobility, just means he dressed rich. And he was a half elf, slim build, dark hair, a little bit greasy, pulled in like one of those gentlemanly short ponytails at the nape of his neck. Um, no real distinct features other than that.
Okay. Trying to think if there's anything.
Riker would probably like try and uh, drill her to see if for like historical information for the last 15 years, anything that I know that she's just a maid or whatever, but see if she knows anything that happened or any, like try and kind of fill in some of the gaps for information.
Well, she looks at Red and says, I don't know how you're still here, but you need to keep that holy symbol of yours hidden. There are. The bounty out on divine casters is. They count as 10 in the tithe. You know that, right? One of you is worth 10 of me. To the Black Keep, anyway. Oh, and you might want to avoid doing anything that would get you classified as a criminal, because criminals are worth 3 of me. 3 tithe.
I will look over at these two characters.
Yeah, these two yahoos. Fortunately, none of you are silver dragonborn males, so 20 tithe
Oh,
is what they're worth.
why so much?
We have no idea, but they do keep showing up as bodyguards for the Empress.
I'm sure
Roran
that
sighs loudly.
No, I just ruled something. Roran does not say anything, and Roran does not make any apparent movements because I had to roll to make sure Roran keeps.
Keeps a straight face. Yeah.
can I,
Uh, I think
can I,
so.
oh,
Don't I have a book with one?
So
I
the
do have a book
book
with one.
with so there was a book of like basically chronicling the adventures of a party.
Yeah, yeah.
And one of the members of that party was a silver dragonborn paladin named Bractheon.
Yeah, I'll just ask her if she knows anything about that. Be like, hey, so on this book, it mentions like a party, a group of adventurers. One of them is called Bractheon, a silver dragonborn paladin. It has 2 swords. Any significance to you?
She's like rubbing her forehead and she's like, I mean, I haven't read a written word in a decade and a half, young man. Oh,
Why not?
because I've been feeble-minded, you insipid
Oh, no,
child.
I'm talking to Elma.
Oh, Elma, I thought you were talking to Lyra. Sorry.
I'm
Elma
talking to Elma.
is like, um, what would Elma know? Elma's read the book. Let's see what
Can
she
I
remembers.
prior to him asking this question,
Yes.
um, and actually I forgot to say this, but even prior to Lytle asking her about the person who bought the tuning fork,
Yeah.
I would think that Lytle would have cast detect thoughts on her.
Okay.
Reasoning being is because this way he can get in and read her
Mhm.
mind for
Mhm.
clues that she may not realize are coming up.
Would you
Um,
want to
it
sneak around and do this, or are
um,
you going
I
to
think he would
let her
ask her if she would allow
Okay.
him to first.
Okay.
He would
She
ask her.
looks a little bit unsettled by the concept of you invading her mind, but after looking to Lyra for assurance, uh she kind of nods awkwardly.
Okay, so this is a third level spell,
Yeah.
and one of the things is questions verbally directed at the target creature
Mhm.
naturally shape the course of its thoughts. So the
Okay.
spell is particularly effective as part of an interrogation. I'm using the first section where you learn things from the
Sure,
from
sure, sure,
whatever
sure.
creature it is,
Yeah,
based
yeah.
on those questions.
Interrogation
So
isn't always like thumb screws
right.
and
So when
waterboarding.
I
It could
was
just be talking.
asking, I'm looking for her in her thoughts,
Sure. You get a
visual things that would
much
come up.
so you get a clear-ish picture of the individual she as well as she remembers it.
Okay.
Her memory's not infallible, and you're just reading what she remembers.
Right.
Um, you get he's wearing a red ascot
Okay.
with a brooch that potentially has the symbol of a house on it, but you can't quite make out the symbol.
Hmm.
And the more you ask her to focus in on it, the more distorted it becomes because she doesn't remember either.
Okay. So with that, he's gonna go ahead and let others ask her questions, especially Riker. So he's
Okay,
gonna be focusing on her while Riker's asking those questions for any
okay,
insight.
wonderful. Riker, what have you got to ask? I
Uh,
apologize for the incipient child comment. I thought you were talking to Lyra.
no, yeah, no. He's trying to suss out of her any uh, like historically significant events that have happened in the last 15 years. He just just from
Elma
like
looks at Elma asks you, have you been living under a rock?
you could say that it was rather large and broad and flat, but yeah.
Well, the domination, denunciation, and decimation seem to be the most like meaningful things that have happened in 15 years.
Hold on. You said domination, denunciation, and what was that third one?
The decimation. You know what that one is.
Desolation, denunciation. Did you say there was a third one?
The domination was the land war that the Empress waged on the
Okay.
continent to traditionally subjugate the people. The
Desolation.
denunciation. The
Okay.
denunciation was a basically a propaganda campaign wherein she separated the people from god worship and essentially made them a godless society. This was coupled with the Stone of Silence, debt stone, which basically made the prayers not be heard, and that kind of furthered the idea of um, the gods couldn't save you from me, and the gods aren't listening or answering prayers from you. Why are you worshiping the gods? And so, anti-religious sentiment is now the norm on the continent. Um, and then the decimation happened. Um, there were some individuals who saw it, a select few individuals who saw it, Elma details, as almost a good thing. who saw that, well, they're getting rid of criminals. The first people who will be, put up for this decimation will be the criminals, and that will render our society better. That will render our society safe. She's not indicating she holds these sentiments. She's parroting what she has heard from other people. Um, but uh, there was always uh, the dirty underbelly of that was there were often not enough criminals to meet the decimation. In many cases. So after the initial decimation, the ranks of undead had to be maintained through the tithe, which, as I've mentioned briefly, is assessed at the beginning of the year based on a town's population and is paid quarterly through precious, resources that the regime finds useful, such as Beldrin's precious stones, um, or in bodies. Those bodies can be living, fresh dead, they can be old dead. Um, Settlements that have a long history in one place where their graveyards are well stocked, for the most part, widely avoid having to tithe living people because they can just dig up dead bodies from their own graveyards. Which, Red, you start to steam a little bit when you hear about this, but at the same token, you understand that it's better to tithe a long dead body than it is a living person. But in some cases, living people are still tithed. Um, there's very clearly a exchange rate on normal people who are tithed versus criminals versus divine casters who, frankly, it seems a lot of the sentiment around divine casters like clerics and paladins is even if they weren't worth more in the tithe, they would probably be given up anyway because anti-religious sentiment is normal now. Um, there are going to be people who are exceptions to that rule, but as a position of the state, uh, they are an atheistic society. That's Elma says this in a lot of words that are not quite as
Succinct.
not quite as well formed as that.
Just
She
thinking that.
is, but yeah, she gives you that much information. Is there anything in particular you would like more information on?
Is while she's thinking of that, does through the reading of thoughts, through at the beginning, so at the beginning through the reading of thoughts, is there anything interesting that's coming through her thoughts to Lytle?
She was a
And
child when the domination happened.
so she's not really seeing it very well.
She saw it through a child's eyes. She saw
So,
soldiers in the streets. She saw ballista being fired at the walls of this town. Um, she eventually saw Moira's forces march through the city, and they were mostly undead. And that was the first time she ever saw undead in her life, and it scared the crap out of her.
okay.
That is a
So,
strong memory. She
so
was
he's
very
getting
scared
from
as a
her.
child. Yeah.
So as this is going, since we're talking about this, and he knows that the reactions, the thoughts coming are going to be strong.
Yeah.
Um, he's able to move his detect thoughts from one person to another.
Okay.
So he's going to kind of move it over to Lyra to see if he
Okay.
can gather anything based on the things that she's telling, anything
Okay.
that Lyra might have, so that he can get a better sense idea of what he's doing. And he's trying to be very respectful about it.
Sure. Lyra feels the brush of your mind over hers and kind of shies away. Um, she still feels mentally very fragile. and if you ask her, she will let you in, but it's like poking at a fresh wound.
He
It's sore.
he would once that happened, he would realize what and he would apologize profusely and ask her if and let
No,
her
no,
know, I'm not looking for anything personal. I want
it's all right. It's all
just what
right.
you're getting from to see if there's anything that we're missing. So
I don't know what I could give you that you would be missing. You
Where
could just
is
ask.
the seat of power? Here's the seat of power. So we know what to stay away from.
The Black Keep. I think it's time for me to give you guys the map.
All right.
that would be cool.
I feel like I've beat around the bush enough. It's time to give you the map.
when
Um,
while she's thinking of when he asks her that and she's thinking of the keep,
uh
what things so would that's kind of the concept of the reading of thoughts as she
sure.
thinks of the keeps. uh Thoughts are going to come in, so like think about if somebody asked you about something you hated or were scared of or
Hmm.
despised,
Sure.
you would almost envision it, and you would envision probably the things that you hated the most about it.
So Lyra has not ever been to the Black Keep.
Okay.
To be clear, no one goes to the Black Keep, you get the sense, unless they are forced to or they are in direct allegiance with the regime.
Okay.
Um, that said, hang on, I'm going to show you guys downloads. The Unholy Territories. I feel like this map is about 95% perfect, what I'm wanting to convey. I may or may not tweak it, but if I do, I will tell you. It's a big
Cool.
project, so it's going to take a second for it to load. Create page. Unholy Territories.
Player question: what are you using to build it?
Incarnate.
Awesome.
I bought a year's subscription to it because it made sense, and I have used it a lot.
I still have a subscription to it, and I haven't used it much.
It has been indispensable for me with this campaign. Every map you have seen has been made in Incarnate. Either I have taken somebody's original work and tweaked it, or I have created it from scratch. It
That's
is
awesome.
indispensable. I will not always be able to make the maps, but I will endeavor to do so whenever I can.
Wow,
Can you
that's nice.
see now? I may need to, I'm going to leave and come back to the activity. And I'll send it in chat as well so that you have a physical copy of it.
Hmm.
So there is the Unholy Territories. You could reasonably understand this size map, this size continent would have had different kingdoms on it, but I am not a world builder on the scale of Joffrey, so I have not fleshed out the idea of what were the political lines before the Empress came about. So if you have questions about like the previous political, landscape on this continent, I could come up with something, but I have not fleshed that out because I'm more concerned about what's happening now and what has happened in the last 20-ish years. Um, so you will
Question.
see, yes.
So, let's see. So, the mountain that we are going to be looking for first is called what is it? Peak Gold?
Myth Gold.
Myth Gold. Okay, so is that to our east or is that north?
I will ping it. 1 second. That is the one directly to the north. Hang on.
Okay.
Ping. there.
Oh, through the cursed forest.
Yeah, imagine that.
Hmm.
You also see Dessel. So if you oh, hang on, let me turn the grid off. Um, so you'll see the hex pattern on this map is actually representative of 1 day's travel. That's why Dessel is 4.5 days away. You'll also see those brown patches are areas of devastation, similar to what Lytle knows and what you encountered basically a few hours after you got out of your crypt. You will also see, and I'll reiterate here, if the town, village, or city starts with a letter of your first name, D for Dennis, J for Jesse, etc., it has to do with your character and your backstory. That is the easiest way I could come up with to populate this map with interesting and meaningful places, and also keep straight what is what. The white dashes are roads, like roads that are easy to travel. If you go off road, your rate of travel will change. But if you keep to a road, you have the 1 hex per day travel pattern.
Is the yellow like a highway?
The yellow is actually lines of basically lines of responsibility for Moira and her 2 top generals. They have divided the continent in 3 to make it easier to administer. The Black Keep and the southern portion of the continent is Moira's direct control. Now, this does not indicate that there is any better or worse areas on this continent. It's all subjugated, it's all subject to the Empress. But in terms of administering, gathering tithes and other, more clinical aspects of running a large country like this, she delegated areas of responsibility. Oh, that's another interesting thing. You ask Elma, what about these generals? And Elma seems to suggest, hang on. Maybe 1, 2, 3. It's 1, 2, 3. Elma suggests that she knows of 4 generals. She knows of Zarathul, the Decayed, who is a undead, she doesn't know the word lich, but she's describing a undead, desiccated individual who is quite powerful. She shudders when she says the name Lord Corin Bloodfist. He was a half-orc warlord that was seen the most and feared the most during the land campaign. Lord Corin Bloodfist. Hang on, I'm putting these in the chat. Orc. Most seen during domination. Lord Corin Bloodfist has not been as visible since the domination has ended, but every now and then he makes an appearance. Then there's the one that the name falls off her tongue relatively quickly. Therius Bloodroot or Blackroot. He is a dark druid. She doesn't know a lot about him other than he seems to be a druid with very twisted powers of nature. And he is the one responsible for instigating these patches of famine all over the land, mostly as a mechanism of control. Just to keep the supply. If people don't have quite enough food on their plate, they're less likely to rise up in rebellion. So in addition to the threat of thousands of crypts full of undead that can be raised from anywhere on the continent for the purposes of uh, controlling the population and like bringing people who rise up back into line. There's also the threat of this dark druid. If you mess up bad enough as a settlement, this dark druid's going to nuke your crops and you're going to starve. So there is a multifaceted approach to controlling the population on this continent, and not all of it requires direct controlling force.
I don't think I have any other questions.
Okay. Okay. Anyone else have a question? You're muted, Dennis, if you care.
Sorry.
It's okay.
If nobody else has questions or anything, and that's all that Lytle's really getting from this, detect thoughts while that's going on. He'll drop the spell.
Okay.
Offer.
Jordan has a question, but I think it's going to have to wait till next time because it's 12 past. We went pretty late.
Okay. With this conversation with Lyra and Elma, who are really the only two people you have met you've been able to pick their brains since you got resurrected, the full scope of the horror of this regime kind of lands on your shoulders. And the darkness of what you have walked into, what you have been resurrected into, lays heavy in your chests. Some of you may have had experiences with various aspects of this regime as it came to power, but you seeing it all in its totality is staggering. The world is very much not what you left it. And you wonder once again, as you've all wondered in the privacy of your own hearts, just what is the purpose the gods have for you in bringing you back to a world like this? And that is where we will end our session tonight. Thank you very much for watching, all of you. We love you. We appreciate you. We pray God's blessings over you. If you have a prayer request you would like to share with the group, you're welcome to find one of our previous prayer request posts on the Holy Rollers D&D group Facebook.
It is posted every Monday.
Yes, and we post a fresh one every Monday. But if you can't wait, you can scroll back to the previous Mondays. We will faithfully pray for those, and we're grateful. We're privileged to come alongside you in prayer. If you're not a believer and you've happened upon us and you're still watching, we would be delighted to pray for you too. This is not an exclusive club. We pray for everybody up in here. Um,
Yes. Yes, we do.
that's right, including some of you you don't even know you're being prayed for.
Yeah.
Uh, we're incredibly grateful that you've come along this journey with us. Tune in next week to see the boys raid a graveyard and fight something, we think, hopefully for some gold. And we will see you all then. Take care. Have a great night. God bless.